Hi there, Aquarius. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 4th of July. You're someone with a great appreciation of independence because that's part of how you operate. You like to be a free spirit within the collective, and that makes you a wonderful friend, but also very much an individualist. And this week begins with Independence Day. So very notable in terms of your sort of responses to how you live your life. But also on the first day of this week there is a new moon in the sign of Cancer. Now Cancer is a sign which is in quincunx to Aquarius. That means it's not in a bad angle, it's in a slightly offset angle, but one which is really asking you to consider all the issues around your health, fitness, diet, work structure, and just also about your organisation of your world. So the new moon, which occurs on Monday to coincide with Independence Day, may ask you to be a bit more self-sacrificing about some of your own space and need to do your own thing, and perhaps actually look at the ways in which you can assist other people, because that's something that you're very good at doing. You have a real understanding of person kind and therefore can be the ultimate humanitarian. So if you find yourself doing something for others, particularly as far as your work is concerned, it could prove to be very satisfying on the back of this new moon, which links brilliantly with Neptune. The compassionate side of your nature is also something that can sparkle over the following month. But Neptune has been an aggravant for us all ever since the middle of May in its square with your traditional ruler of Saturn. That, I'm afraid, does continue, and it's going to continue until mid-October. So you need to stay very realistic about some of the more idealistic expectations that you have, because there could be some people around you who are disappointing you about their lack of honesty or straightforwardness, and particularly around cash. So if you're encountering anyone in business or around your friendships, people whose standards don't match your own, just try to anticipate some of this, and then the disappointment will be less stark. But with the Sun combining with the Moon on Monday, the Sun also combines brilliantly with Mercury pretty well all this week, and certainly on Wednesday when they're exactly combust. But it's going to be important that day that you don't do something that you're actually pretty good at usually avoiding, which is focusing in on a little issue and then almost becoming so consumed by it, it becomes overwhelming. What's going to be important, therefore, is to step back in your usual detached and logical way and just give yourself time about something that could irritate you really quite strongly at the heart of this week. However, Mars, which is right at the top of your scope, is giving you a big boost of confidence. And if you do want to make your mark in the fast-moving world of work, your precision and also your self-belief can help you to persuade someone that you're the person for a job which could give you a lot of satisfaction if you grab it. It's also possible towards the end of this week, however, that there could be something a little bit unsettling going on, and it may be hard to pinpoint exactly what it is. Really, it's because of the role of Pluto, which has been so powerful for Aquarius people over the last 7 years. It's been activating the most psychological part of our horoscopes. I'm an Aquarius too. And this particular standoff between Pluto, the Sun and Mercury in the second half of this week just suggests that something could come up that's been pushed under the carpet for far too long, not necessarily by you. It may be to do with your health, maybe you need to grapple with something, or it could be that someone always seems to be very critical and works at undermining you, but this time you're going to be prepared to speak out, because your modern ruler of Uranus is going to be in a square with Venus this week in the first half of the week, and I think this is going to give you a taste of perhaps putting a few people right who are not meeting your standards, not being fair, or who are being very critical of you in a way which you do not feel is acceptable. But if you do want to work on your diet, your fitness, your health regime, this is a fine week to do so. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.